I will just start off by saying it's an honor to sit across from you two. You two are some of the bravest people that I've ever known now and met, and your story is just incredible. So kudos to you both for being here. And talking about this. Now, when you first found out there was going to be a movie made about this story, what were your first thoughts?
I don't think we were surprised because it really lends itself to a Hollywood movie because it's so unbelievably insane. What happened and then what followed in that week is just like, it's still today unbelievable. So it wasn't surprising to me that people were interested in making a movie about it. What was surprising is that we found ourselves considering participating because it just didn't sound, it wasn't I don't know, it wasn't in our nature. It wasn't how we've been quite private since the bombing. And when we got the phone call, I think we thought, this could be an interesting lunch date. Let's go. Let's hear him out. Never thinking that we were going to really be interested. I think we had kind of a stereotypical view of Hollywood and did not think that this story would necessarily be in good hands.
Well, you kind of answered it and touched on it. There was a little bit of reluctance maybe
Absolutely.
to do this story in the beginning. Was it hard for you to, as the process moved on and you're reliving this, and we'll talk about that in a second, but you're reliving this, what was that like?
It's the reluctance is there today too, and I don't think we're going to be able to relax until we do the Boston premiere. Until the families that lost loved ones, to our co-survivors that we call our Boylston Street family, the ones that choose to see it. Until we get their feedback, I don't know that Patrick and I are going to feel good about participating in this film yet, because that's what matters most.
Let's talk about that day. Weather was great. I mean, the way it was portrayed in the film, you're standing there, and then all of a sudden, I can't even imagine what it would be like to experience something like that. What was going through your minds?
Well, I think Jess and I, Jess was a hardworking nurse. She was the breadwinner of our family. I was a graduate student. We felt so fortunate to have the day off together and be able to spend it with the city on its best celebration of the year. And then our lives changed, and the lives of many other people changed, and 3 lives were lost. And to see that recreated is incredibly emotional and sad and heartbreaking. We also find that in some ways it's important for people to see and understand, because it's a reality not only for us but for many people who have come before us, and many people who have come after us who have been victims and survivors of terrorism. And it's a horrific, awful, hateful act that tears people's bodies apart, tears people's families apart, kills and maims. This is a very real thing that our society needs to sit with and make some sense out of so that we can do something about it.
What drove you and continues to drive you through the healing process? Because you two are the most positive people. Everybody in the hallway, all the other reporters said, Dave, wait till you talk to them. They are the nicest people. And your spirit, and just meeting you right now, seriously, you have been through a lot, but what drives you through the healing process?
We've been through a lot, but life can be really hard, and there's a lot of people going through challenges. I think what drives us is the incredible and unbelievable amount of support we've received from people we know and strangers, and it continues to this day. The notes, the emails of support, the flowers that I get when I'm still having surgeries, and we're talking 3.5 years later. And I think as humans, we have a tendency, something tragic or someone gets a bad diagnosis and we all rally, but it tends to fizzle after time, right? You can only sit with it so long, or you can only make that a priority for so long. But we have been honored and valued and cherished and remembered for years now. And so when we don't have the internal strength to keep going, we draw on that strength from others. I mean, I can't describe to you what it's like to have so many people care for your well-being. It's as equally overwhelming of the evil of that day has been the kindness and the love. And our positivity, I mean, we're sitting with you today at a beautiful hotel room in a gorgeous state, right? So like today's a pretty nice day, but we certainly have, I just scheduled my next surgery. I know I have harder and more dark moments ahead of me. Those aren't the days that I choose to be on camera, but they're there. They're very real. They're a part of our everyday life. And we face them as best we can. So I don't want this positivity to be, this is not every day. This is not all the time. But today we're feeling good, and this is something that we feel passionately about, and it's a privilege to get to be here.